In today's video, we want to cover how Snow Atlas can be used to manage AutoCAD licenses in your environment. Effective license management requires two components: tracking of technology consumption and incorporating the business data into the platform. In terms of tracking technology consumption, we highly recommend deploying agents as well as a browser extension to get a full coverage of what people have been using in the organization. When it comes to business data, we'll then have to come over here to look at agreements, and this is where we want to see that agreements have been added in for the different key vendors that you have. Let's come over here to look at agreements, and here we've uploaded a few sample agreements here. You can see we have one for Autodesk Master Agreement. It's active, subscription agreement, and a few more in here. Let's click in here, and we can see these are all the individual licensable applications that we have put into this master agreement here. We've got AutoCAD LT 2014, 2012, 2010, and 2008 here. If we click into this specific license, we're going to see the license name, the metric, and the default metric as well, the purchase price, and the quantity. Now, depending on how granular you'd like to be, you can then assign those licenses out to different parts of the organization. Come over here, go over here to edit. This is where you do your license assignment. In terms of getting agreements and licenses into the platform, you can use the data import function over here and use any one of the templates here to download one and import it using the wizard. Now let's look at the AutoCAD licenses in specific. We're going to come over here to application search. Let's clear this out and look for Autodesk. Now importantly, as we type that in, we're going to quickly populate all the AutoCAD applications we have picked up from the environment. This is that technology consumption that we touched on earlier. And here we've counted the total number of installations and users. And we've also flagged up, do these applications require a license or not? We're going to focus on those that need a license. And you can see we've also indicated what is the licensing metric. For most of them, they're going to be based off installations. We do have a few that are based off concurrent users. All this is pulled in automatically from our software library, so you don't have to be a software licensing expert to know which versions or editions are licensed based on different metrics. Let's look at something like AutoCAD LT 2019 over here. You can see we have 52 installations with 44 users. We're going to click in, and this is going to give us a zoomed in view of that application. When it comes to managing Autodesk, we can look at it from the manufacturer level or the application family level. Let's click in Autodesk Inc. over here. You can see really quickly total number of installations, top use applications from that specific vendor, which are the ones that are contributing the most to the cost, how many of them need a license, and what is the compliance overall. In this case, we have a lot of installs of 2015. We've not uploaded any licenses, so there's a negative 55 compliance over here. Applications that don't need a license, and if there are any agreements attached to those to this manufacturer. Looking at a specific application, we can come over here to look at the application family, AutoCAD LT. And this is where we can start to visualize the sprawl of the different applications that we have in the environment. Here you can see the older versions, LT 2015, 2016, 17, 18, and 19 and beyond. We have also visualized what is the compliance risk. In this case, we are only 30% compliant, and in terms of an audit risk, there's close to about 200,000 euros worth of risk there. We can also see unused installations, which means you've given out the license to somebody, but they've not fully utilized it, or non-utilized licenses over here, which means you bought it, but you've not given it out to anyone. There's a potential overspend of about 150,000 euros. But let's look at this specific instance of AutoCAD LT 2019 here. You can see these are the licenses we've uploaded. We have 25 of them. We can see where we've allocated them out to the different parts of our organization. In this case, we've not really given them out to people, a lot of shelfware in this case, and the compliance over here. We want to focus on this big red indication over here. We're not compliant. And here we can see the calculation of where that's done. So we have 44 license requirement. We have 25 purchased. And in this case, it's a very straightforward calculation. 44 minus 25, hence we are short of 19 licenses here. If we come over here to the computers, we are using the agent to track the number of runs and average per runtime. We have a whole bunch of users here with very low usage or no usage. And these are prime candidates for reharvesting of licenses to bring that negative number over here from negative 19 down to a lower number or even positive. Having this depth of data lets you optimize your license spend and allows you to buy your licenses based on actual usage rather than guesstimations. This is just one example of how Snow Atlas can be used to optimize AutoCAD licenses. This could apply to any one of your other major vendors, but AutoCAD is a good example because of the high cost of each license that you have. Do remember to track your agreements over here. Make sure that you're on top of them. Look out for the ones that are going to be due for expiration. And also always look at the individual applications to see whether there are cost optimization opportunities there. We hope we found this video helpful, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you.